What's up guys, this is Alan. In today's episode I'm starting a new series, and that series is Blind 911. What is Blind 911 about? Well, I get emails, calls, text messages from people's plants struggling. They're dying, they're looking like crap, people don't know what to do, and guess what? They call me asking for help, and that's what I'm doing today. Unfortunately, I'm not able to get all of them, but you know what? If I get to you, well, here I am. So today's chief complaint is plants are looking like crap, especially Loquat keeps dying. Customer doesn't know what's going on, so let's go ahead and diagnose the problem together. Let's get started in the front yard, guys. All these plants look like they're cooking, all of them. You see, sunburned, cooked, sunburned, looking like crap. So what is the problem? I can tell you it's not lack of fish emulsion, it is water. Now, let me tell you the problem here. You see these drippers right there? Those are 1 gallon an hour drippers. Now, this customer had his timer set up for 5 minutes, twice a day. So for twice a day, these drippers came on for 5 minutes. These drippers put out 1 gallon an hour. Do you think 5 minutes is enough to water this plant? This is on an incline, or decline, and it's surrounded by gravel, and it's super hot. I'm in the freaking desert. It's 122 degrees right now. Do you think 5 minutes of water is going to penetrate that soil 1 foot? No, it's not. Most of the water is staying on the surface and evaporating as fast as it's actually coming out of that dripper. So solution number 1, he needs to change those pieces of junk drippers to 4 gallon an hour drippers, and he needs to run his timer a lot longer. If he actually gets run off, then what he needs to do is he needs to have several start times and water his plants several times daily to allow the water to soak into the ground so that way it doesn't run off. So that's an easy fix in here. These are native plants, meant to be in the desert, but you can see they're struggling because if your plants, even if they are drought tolerant, doesn't mean they're gonna live. It just means they take longer to die. We got more plants over here, all of them looking like crap, all of them using those meters right there. So easy fix, just water longer, allow the water to penetrate deeper into the soil where the actual root system of the plant is drinking the water. The problem here is rocks. Yeah, they look nice, but they compact the soil beneath that, and it prevents the water from soaking into the ground. So a lot of the water stays on the surface and then it runs off before it even soaks into the ground. On top of that, we have clay. On top of that, the weight of the rocks compact the soil on the surface, making it even harder for the water to soak into the ground. So here's a customer's timer, and I show him, well, he already knew how to work his timer, but we went over the times and programs together so that way he understands exactly how to fix the problem. Walking into the back, you can see sunburn, lack of water, the leaves are curling. What the plant is trying to do is trying to minimize transpiration, sweating. Plant is trying to stop sweating to conserve water so it doesn't die because it didn't have enough water. Now we have more plants over here. This is a grapevine right here, cooking right now because it doesn't have enough water. On top of that, you got radiant heat sources like the wall radiating 150, 160 degrees on the plant, making it even hotter. This plant's gone right here. And then we got the citrus right here. Now you guys seen my citrus videos in the past. What does the curling mean? If the leaves are curling up, it means the plants are trying to preserve water. They're trying to stop sweating because they don't have enough water. On top of that, it's sunburning. Yes, they're cooking. Transpiration burn, plants need water. Yes, so what I told him is he needs to shade the citrus because otherwise, if he just keeps going like this, they may completely die and not make it past the summer. This one over here is almost gone. You can see the poor guy is struggling. Sunburn everywhere, transpiration burn, leaves curling. Yes, he needs water a lot longer. He needs to soak the ground at least 1 to 2 feet right now, every single time that he waters. And we got another plant over here. This one's gone, and this one over here, you can see it's struggling as well. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Loquat, what I'm here for today. Now this customer started with a grafted Loquat. If you guys want to learn more about Loquats, you can check my videos in the description for more information. Now, here's the shade structure. If you're not familiar with Loquats, there are 2 requirements that you need in order to be successful growing Loquats in my area. The first one, you need full darkness. It needs to be dark in there. If you can see the Loquat, it is not dark enough. Now, this shade structure here, it has been upgraded. He did have a shade cloth over here, blocking the sun from coming in. But if you look at the picture on the screen right now, he said that he had rocks holding it down, but I'm not sure. If the sun even gets in there for just a few minutes, when it's 120 degrees direct sun, it will cook your loquat within 30 minutes. Easy as that. So I'm not sure on that one because I wasn't here to see that shade structure. Now the other problem is radiant heat sources. Now you can see this area over here is surrounded by gravel. We got the block wall over there. We got the pavers right here. We got his house. Everything in here is radiating heat. Now, if you didn't know, plants sweat for the same reasons you do. And just like you, if you're not able to sweat fast enough, even if you drink water, what do you think is going to happen to you? You're going to get heat stroke. And I think that could be what happened to the loquats in here. The first loquat that he started with in here was a grafted loquat. And he had this section over here open. So I know for a fact, the first loquat, if you actually look at the picture, I know the sun came in here late in the afternoon and cooked it. No question about that one. Now the second loquat, I convinced him to get a seedling instead of a grafted one because seedlings are a lot stronger. Now on that one, I'm not sure if the sun got to it or not, but if the sun did not get to it, I know it most likely is the radiant heat in this environment that cooked the loquat. And what the problem is, even if you water your plant, you see how much water there is in there? That is going to be the main problem people have in my area with loquats. They do not understand that you need to keep them wet the first summer because even if the soil is moist, it is not wet enough for the loquat to uptake the water when the temperatures are extremely hot, and your loquat will die even if the soil is moist. So you got to keep them wet the first summer. So he watched my videos, he followed my recommendations when I sold him the loquat, and he kept the soil wet. As you can see, he's got a bobbler in there, which I don't like, but you know, he's got that, and he knows for sure that that area gets wet every single day. So what can he do in order to grow a loquat here successfully? Well, the first thing that he can do is, for one, he needs to completely cover the entire area all the way around, even on that side, with shade cloth. That will block the heat being radiated from that wall onto the loquat and from the pavers and the house. And also, surprisingly, this area is also very windy. It may look very sheltered, but it's not. It's windy. Hot wind hitting your loquat's gone, regardless of what size loquat you have. So my recommendation is to build the shade structure going all the way around, all the way down to the ground, clamp it in place and make sure it doesn't even move. Second is, since it's not going to be able to block the heat right away, I told him to just go ahead and wait until the fall so he can plant his loquat. Loquats in my area do not require winter protection, so they can be planted technically any time of the year. Right now is prime growing season. Even though they're cooking a little bit from the extreme heat, they love the heat because it makes them grow. But you can see this area is extremely hot, and I don't want to risk him, you know, killing another loquat just because, you know, he couldn't wait. So I told him to wait. But does that mean that his loquat's gonna be okay for the next year? No. Loquats in general take at least a year to 2 years to root themselves down in the ground fully. So that means even if he waits until the fall, his loquat's still gonna have to go through next summer in order to actually fully root itself in the ground before it's able to withstand direct sunlight without dying. But next summer it could be cooler. Maybe next summer it's gonna be a little more humid, maybe less windy, we never know, so we're gonna take a chance. Right now we got extreme temperatures, record temperatures everywhere in the United States. The weather is going crazy everywhere, so you know what, let's just take a break and wait. Rather do that than to just lose another loquat. Now if this was my area right here and I really wanted a loquat right now, well, I will move all these rocks as far away from this area, and then I will mulch the entire area all the way around here, and then I will put sprayers, and then I will have those sprayers come on every hour for a few minutes just to keep the mulch wet, so that will bring the temperature in this area down. Then my structure, it will be completely shaded all the way around, 90-100%, and then I think the loquat will be fine. But you know what, that's a lot of work, guys, and that's not something that everybody wants to do. So just for that, I told him just wait and we'll see what happens next year. I know it's doable because guess what, I have killed hundreds of loquats to understand their requirements, so that way I can tell you so you don't make the same mistakes. And that is today's Plant 911, guys. Very easy fix. It seemed a mystery, but in reality, it just takes some outside the box thinking. Anyways, guys, so that is Blind 911. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And also, make sure you share it with other people. Anyways, guys, as always, I will see you next time.